I was just about to say, where's my phone?
Right there.
Oh, what are we talking about, Burr?
I don't know what that was. Man. You don't need it.
All right. Let me type in the thing.
Okay. Do you want to say your hey y'all?
Hey y'all.
Your little custom hey y'all. Hey y'all.
Topic is our birth story. Hey y'all.
Hello everyone. What? I'm just gonna. Oh, these.
All right. So today we are talking about our twin birth story and what that looked like. It was an experience, to say the least. We're going to talk about a few different things as well.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to wait for people to hop on.
What's the other thing we're talking about?
Just the topics, random topics.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and then if you guys have any questions, make sure you submit them in the question box so we can answer those.
The question box, all right.
I think that's what it's called. How are you guys doing today? I don't know why this is so far. It's like I can't see.
You said this?
Yeah, can you scoot it a little closer?
This one, right? Closer
yes, a little bit.
A little bit.
All right, cool. How are you guys doing?
I'm about to say, how was your week? Yeah, I haven't talked to you since last week.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
My week was pretty good. A lot going on.
What is the lot?
Just with the twins and, just life. Life be lifing.
Oh. Is that the new thing? Is that
what about you? How was your week?
Let's think. It's the end of the month. Let's see. End of February, so a lot of stuff. I'm about to say the same thing you said. A lot of stuff happened. No, work was fine. Work is fine. Tried to end the month off strong, and now just back into a new month again. Trying to think. Got birthdays happening this month.
Yeah, his birthday is next week, y'all. Yeah. And when I asked him, I'm like, okay, what do you want to do for your birthday? Like, what do you want for your birthday? His answer was nothing. I just don't understand.
Okay, first off, you asked me what I wanted.
Well, and then I feel like it's really awkward, like, as his wife, like, he tells me nothing. So for his birthday to roll around and me to give him nothing, I feel like it's very awkward, personally, but that's just me. So, I don't know. I feel like that's just kind of awkward.
Well,
I feel like it's awkward to show up like empty-handed. Like it's awkward as your wife to just be like, okay, happy birthday. I have nothing because you asked for nothing.
It's not empty-handed. I didn't ask for anything.
So he always
what I asked for was to did I ask for the rest or just to have time
he asked to just rest and do nothing. So he don't want to go nowhere. He don't want to do nothing. He don't want me to plan nothing.
Sound about right.
Last year for his birthday, we did a surprise party at I forget the name of the place, but we did like axe throwing.
And that's fun.
And went to Fogo de Chao. So it was really fun. It was his 30th. So that was a lot of fun. But I don't know. I feel like this year he doesn't want to do anything. So I think that's kind of awkward.
I feel it's nice. I would say the kids will be here. You'll be here.
And then he wants the kids to be here for his birthday too. So I feel like that's kind of like, okay.
Hey, I want my kids to be here. So
yeah. Okay, so the two things that we wanted to talk about first before we got into the topic was, what were we talking about?
Let me think. I know you mentioned the UGA player.
Yeah.
And I can't think of the other topic.
So let's talk about the deal with the UGA player.
Well, so what they are saying, not sure about it, but what they're saying that You already know about the player and the staffer who passed away, but I guess they were racing. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's what they were saying. I don't think they could press any criminal charges on that, though. Mm-hmm. But he's projected to get drafted like first overall. So he has a chance to actually go super high in the draft. So it doesn't look good. He's actually back at the draft combine. So, of course, they're probably going to ask him a whole bunch of questions about it now.
Yeah.
Probably because it's worldwide news now.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew about it, or national news, rather.
Yeah.
Because nobody really knew about it until they brought him in.
Yeah.
And so.
Do you think that's gonna affect like his draft?
And
his ability to.
It might. Because some teams they might just take him off their draft board completely. And once they do that, he might fall. But then another team will look at his talent and be like, it's too much to let him fall this far. So. That's usually how it happens. Yeah,
that's true. I don't know. I think that whole situation is tough in itself, and I'm sure he feels bad about, racing with his teammate. But I also don't feel like it should be just on him.
Yeah, if you think about it, he's still young. Even though, he's about to, get millions of dollars. He's still, 21, maybe 22?
Yeah.
So he's still a young guy at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So you got to take that into account.
Yeah.
And
the other thing is Creed is about to come out.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody's excited about that. I wanted to go see that for his birthday, but he doesn't want to go see it, so...
No, I wanted to go see it, but I don't know if I'm going to see it for my birthday, though. We can see it before my birthday, or no? I'm trying to think.
You wouldn't be able to go see it before your birthday?
Nope.
You wouldn't be able to see it on your birthday because we'd have the kids.
Unless we take the kids to the movie theater and let them cry in the theater.
Okay, yeah, no. People would probably cuss us out if we brought the kids to Creed.
No, what you do, you bring them, depending on where we go to the movies. Because I feel like movie theaters are more like luxury items instead of a place people go to every day or as a hangout spot anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially after the pandemic, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Things changed with the movie theaters big time.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be kind of difficult to
get them to sit down in their chair. Yeah,
and then I feel like I wouldn't be able to enjoy the movie if the kids were there. So I wouldn't want to put nobody else through that.
What you mean you wouldn't enjoy the movie?
Because you're so busy trying to get the kids to act right.
I think if they can't eat popcorn.
They can't eat popcorn. They can't have a lot of snacks. So yeah.
You said they can't. They can have snacks.
Well, they can have snacks, but they can't have the popcorn is the main thing.
Yeah, it's the main. Yeah, the popcorn is the main thing.
Have
so
popcorn.
they can have nachos. I don't know how many nachos they can have until, and then they'll probably try to stick their hand in cheese, and then they'll mess everything up. Then you have to go take them to the bathroom.
Yeah, then it's like so I wouldn't do that for Creed. I would do that for something else, but not Creed.
No, it's not going to the movie.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like.
But okay, so we could get into our birth story. So first thing, what we get asked a lot is, do we plan for our twins? And the answer is
no. We
planned for a kid. We didn't plan for two kids.
One kid.
We planned for one kid. We did not plan for two kids. So we were trying to have a kid, and ironically enough, I had got one of my COVID shots in between. And I guess I got pregnant in between because it was like a 2-part series thing, like a 2-shot series.
Oh, you're talking about
so I got pregnant in between. So my theory is that the COVID shot caused me to have twins, but that hasn't been proven. That's just my theory.
Oh.
I initially didn't want to get the COVID shot because I thought that the COVID shot would prevent or have something to do with not being able to, like, the inability to get pregnant.
It was, people were saying it was making women sterile and all that.
Yeah, it was new. The COVID shot was new. Nobody knew about it. So we were kind of like, should I get it? Should I not? But after talking to different doctors, they were like, yeah, go ahead and still get it. So I ended up getting it. And then right after I got my second shot is when I think I found out. No, I think we found out I was pregnant before the second shot. Because I think I asked the doctor if I took it. Anyway, however it went, I got pregnant during the COVID series, the COVID shot series. So, yeah. And our first appointment, they didn't tell us we were having twins. They just confirmed that we were pregnant. And The second appointment is when they told me we were having twins. And
is that the one with ultrasound?
yeah, so what happened was when I went in there, I was like, hey, because this was during COVID, so my husband couldn't come to like none of the appointments with me. So this is my first time,
especially in the beginning.
Yeah, especially in the beginning. This is my very first time having kids, like obviously, and for me to have to go through the whole experience by myself was kind of like stressful in itself. So yeah, I get to the appointment for the ultrasound, and I asked the lady, I said, hey, like, can I FaceTime my husband? And she's like, well, normally you and I will go through this process first, and then you can FaceTime him after the fact, like after we take a look first. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I have my phone in my hand, and I didn't call him. And so she puts the thing on my stomach, and she puts it up on the screen. And I was like, wait, is that twins? I look at it, and I'm like, wait, is that twins? And she's like, yeah, that actually is twins. You may want to call your husband. So I'm like, but I was trying to call him the whole time. So, excuse me. She ended up letting me call him, and that's when...
Well, no, it was... basically, think of FaceTime. And we did it on WhatsApp. And so they're like, guess what? And I'm at this point, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, we have a kid. I'm over here thinking maybe they could tell the sex super early. You have all these thoughts running through your head. And they say, how many... They was like, what do you see on the screen? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I see on the screen. And they say you're having twins. And I thought it was a joke. There's no way I thought we was going to have twins ever. Mm-hmm. And so I'm over here thinking, I was like, all right,
he's waiting on us to say like, oh, we're just joking, but we never did because we weren't joking. Mm-mm. Yeah, so.
And then I'm like, okay, well, this is really happening now. Yeah. Because you don't really, like, you make jokes about it in the beginning, but you don't really expect to, especially, I guess, in our situation, you're not expecting to have twins. Mm-hmm. And then you don't know what to expect because nobody's really had twins. Mm-hmm. So it was interesting.
Yeah, it was definitely stressful finding out you're having twins, being a first-time mom, and you're just like, whoa. So we had the pictures of the babies and stuff, and we gave them to like our family members. We just passed them the sonogram. Mm-hmm. And we were like, okay, can y'all guess like what we're having? Like, here's the pictures of the baby, but we didn't tell them like it was multiple or it was more than one.
Yeah, because when you look at it, it looks like the same. It looks like the same picture just over and over again. It's like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, so we ended up showing it to everybody, and they were like kind of looking at it weird, but nobody could figure it out it was twins until we showed it to his brother.
Yeah, my brother, his brother
figured it out.
Yeah, he looked at it and he was like, wait a minute.
This looks like more than one baby.
Yeah, is this more than one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he was able to figure out that we were having twins. Nobody else could figure it out on the sonogram. Mm-hmm. And I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, you had kids before. Like, why didn't you know it was more than one baby? She's like, girl, I had kids like 30 years ago. I don't remember what these things look like. So I'm like, okay, dude. But yeah, nobody knew that we were having twins until we had to tell them. So, of course, everybody was super excited for us and stuff like that. So, fast forward to the actual day we went into labor. I went to work that day, and I worked the whole day, like a normal day. And I actually worked my whole pregnancy. I got hospitalized once because I was super dehydrated and had to stay overnight one night. That was one night, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I had to stay one night. So after that was when I was like 6 months, I think.
Yeah, that was a little bit earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, I was 6 months, and I had to stay overnight at the hospital. So, yeah, that ended up being something kind of small. So fast forward to the birth. Yeah, I went to work the full day and took a shower, got in the bed, laid down, and when I laid down for about, I think, 30 minutes to an hour.
Probably an hour because we were just talking, and I think.
Yeah, we were talking, and I laid down for about an hour. And all of a sudden, I just felt like something about to come. So I jumped out of the bed. Now, mind y'all, I hadn't jumped that entire pregnancy. And as soon as I jumped, I felt water gush. I was like, oh, snap. I think my water just broke. Now, luckily enough, when I was, when all this happened, my parents were living with me and my sister because my parents were building a house. And so my husband like called my mom, my dad, and my sister, and we're all hanging out in my room.
Yes, ma'am.
And I ended up going to take a shower.
Yeah, she's just chilling in the shower.
I'm taking my precious little time
Yeah,
because my thoughts are, number one, like I hear that the birth takes all day, like those contractions you got to fight. But number two, I don't want to be funky going to the doctor. So
who was thinking about that?
Me.
Yeah,
so
the doctors probably smell worse. They don't even care.
I don't care. I was making sure that I had good hygiene. I took a shower. I feel like after my water broke, I feel like we were at the house for like an hour, probably an hour.
Yeah, no, it's not like because we still had to pack a few things because I don't think, we didn't really have anything ready.
I had a little hospital
You had a little one, but
I didn't prep it like for real, like I should have.
Because we still had 4 or 5 weeks left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we weren't expecting too much of anything.
Yeah.
And so I'm over here just throwing clothes into a bag because you're not knowing how long you're going to be at the hospital and you're trying to bring snacks and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And then luckily, if I remember right, I was able to come back and then I came back to the hospital because I came and got some more stuff. Or is that
I don't think
right?
you did that.
No.
I think that was
that was the other time.
that
was the other time. Okay. I didn't confuse the two into one. But.
Yeah, no. My water broke. I took a shower, was hanging out with my family, and then the contractions weren't really like, I could feel them, but they were really minor, so I was like, nah, it's cool. And my sister was like, you need to go to the hospital. Like, why are you even playing games? So we ended up getting in the car, packing everything in the car, because we had to bring the car seats and everything like that.
Yeah, because we
didn't have like none of that in the car, so he had to put all that in the car. And then,
but remember, I just put it in the car. I didn't know how to put the car seats together or anything like that. Yeah,
we didn't know none of that stuff. They had to help us.
Well, the thing is, and let's fast forward the story a little bit, but they had to help me. Technically, they couldn't help me. They guided me through it because I guess they didn't want to be liable for anything.
Yeah.
So they couldn't like touch anything, but they could tell me, that's probably supposed to go into there and that because I didn't know. Yeah. And I just knew hook the thing up. I put the seatbelt through, and I'm like, okay, car seat should be good. Yeah. But it's a lot more to it. But thank God for these other car seats.
Yeah, no, it was rough. So we made it to the hospital, and the doctor didn't even think that I was in labor. He was just kind of like, okay, I guess because I was so calm because that pain hadn't hit yet.
Was it the nurse or?
No, the nurse believed me.
Oh,
the doctor. The nurse was like, yeah, you're going to have these kids today. The doctor was just like, let's run some tests and see if you're really in labor. But I'm like, okay, I'm in labor. Like, I'm trying to tell you that.
Because you weren't in super pain or anything.
No, I wasn't in a whole lot of pain.
And I think that's what everybody, because if you would have came in there yelling and screaming, I think they would be like, okay, let's take her back. Let's get her ready.
Yeah.
But.
Bonjour de France. Does that mean hi from France?
That's what I'm going with.
Hi.
Bonjour.
What time is it in France? So we get to the...
I'll go with the morning.
I'm going to go in the morning too. So we get to the hospital. The doctor doesn't think that I'm in labor. But the nurse is like, girl, you having this baby today or these kids today, so don't worry about it.
In France?
It's 1:51 a.m. in France. Ooh.
You up early or you up late?
Okay. But as time went on, the contractions started getting more intense. So I'm like, whew, okay. And they had asked me, they were like, do you want an epidural? And I was like, nah, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, she was like, nah, I think I'll be fine.
And the nurse was like, right. Okay, girl, well, I'm going to go ahead and hook you up for the epidural. But if you don't want it, then you could always tell us no. We're going to go ahead and set you up so that way if you need it, it'll be there.
Mm,
And I am
yeah.
so thankful that she did that for me, because I was like, no, I'm not gonna have an epidural, because I was listening to other people who didn't have epidurals. But one thing I definitely want people to understand when it comes to your birth, especially people who are having more than one, you cannot compare your birth. You're having two babies, other people had one. So your birth experience is going to be totally different. Every pregnancy is totally different across the board.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that should be for everybody. I think everybody's pregnancy is different. So you
Agreed,
should
yeah.
do what
But
best works
for
you.
me to think that I'm gonna pop out 2 kids with no medicine is like, hello, like what were you thinking?
Nah.
So anyway, the nurse was like, okay, I'm gonna set you up. I'm gonna make sure that you are you're set up for the epidural, and you can decide whatever you wanted. So as time went on, the contractions were getting more and more painful, but still bearable. So I'm like, okay, I can still do this. But then they finally decided, okay, I was going into labor. We were having these kids.
Yeah, after a certain period of time, because they kept us there for probably what,
Kinda like
hour,
2
2
hours or so, yeah.
And at this point, it's like y'all could have just sent us back home.
I know. I was like, okay, am I having these kids or not? Because he
Yeah.
literally took all day. He was like, let me get a sample of the fluid that came
Yeah.
out. I'm just like,
And then they had to run some tests. Remember, they had to stick that needle in your
They had to
arm?
stick the needle. They were fishing
And you
for the
didn't- hey, look,
needle,
and
and
you
I
didn't like
cannot
it.
stand
Yeah.
when people can't see my vein, because my veins, you could see them pretty well, I'd say. So I don't know why they were struggling so difficultly. So I don't know, but yeah. So eventually, I told them, I was like, listen, I can't do this no more. Go ahead and give me the epidural.
Mm-hmm.
So she came in, gave me the epidural. I think I actually moved when she gave me the epidural because I was in like pain.
Oh.
But luckily, everything went
Yeah, so
smooth.
you ain't supposed to do that.
And then the pain subsided, so I was able to lay down. And my husband actually fell asleep, and I'm like,
I've been up all day.
he fell asleep. Like, he ain't the one having a baby, but he up here getting a little cat nap. So
All I know is, so I fall asleep on the side. They
but-
give me some blankets and stuff like that.
yeah,
too.
they let him cover up, and he had a pretty decent size, like little.
Well, it
bed thing,
was narrow. It was just it was long enough.
but it laid out.
It was long enough for me, but it was narrow.
Yeah,
So
but.
I couldn't- good thing I don't turn over for real. Like
I
that.
wasn't really tripping about him being asleep, because at this point my pain was gone. So I didn't really have much pain. So I was like, okay. So him being asleep didn't really aggravate me, to be honest with you, because I was trying to like go to sleep a little bit, because I didn't know like how long it would take for the kids to come. When I first got to the hospital, I think they said I was like a centimeter or 2 dilated.
I don't know how far.
Yeah, I think I was 1 or 2
but
centimeters
it was enough.
dilated, and
It was
then
enough for them not to worry about it.
yeah, they weren't really that concerned. I think that's why the doctor didn't really take me seriously. But then after she gave me the epidural and they went away for like an hour, I got to 10 centimeters. And she was like, oh, it's time to have the baby. And so next thing I told my husband, I'm like, hey, wake up. It's time to have the baby. And tell him.
Oh, so at this point, I'm waking up to probably about 20 doctors in this room.
Yes, it was so
And
many doctors.
There's so many doctors in the room, and I don't know how they got there because I didn't hear anybody. I didn't hear anybody enter, leave the room, anything. I wake up, next thing you know, it's game time. They're like, all right, doctor's in, lab coats, and like, all right, about time to have the baby. And so I'm over here calling people, trying to get everything on video. I'm trying to.
He's trying to
record.
FaceTime my mom, because at this time nobody could be in the
room
with us. It only could be him.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me giving birth for the first time, my mom couldn't be there.
'Cause, you hear
Nobody else could
you
be
see
there.
you see the stories. You have people who's actually
Yeah.
there and whatnot. So.
Yeah. And for me as a black woman, the thing is for me was like, you hear these statistics about like black women dying during birth, and I remember telling you like, I just don't want to die. Like that's my biggest thing. And I shouldn't even really be thinking about that, but that's
At
what
all.
I was thinking about, because you hear about that so much. So I'm like, I just want to make sure like you can advocate for me, and if you see something going left, definitely, say something. And so we kind of had that kind of discussion. But ironically enough, it was primarily
So it was-
Caucasian doctors.
It's primarily white.
But,
white doctors.
Okay.
Caucasian?
But I was trying to be politically correct.
Okay.
But but there was
Anyway.
2 black doctors that came in, and one doctor was for the kids, and I think one was for me.
All I know is 2 sets of the doctor. There was 2
Two
teams.
black doctors.
There was 2 teams. I knew there was 2 black doctors, but according to what I saw, there was 2 teams of doctors because they treated her having twins as 2 different pregnancies. So one team dealt with the first kid, and then another team dealt with the second kid. Now the doctor was the same, the one that basically took the babies out.
Yeah.
He was the same guy.
Yeah.
But the teams were different so they could show each kid individual attention.
Yeah.
So, and I think one lady was part of one team, the other lady, the other
part of
black
the other
lady was
team.
part of the other
Okay.
team. So I
Yeah.
think that's what happened.
Okay.
But then
Okay.
I know there is lactation specialists. So I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
if one of them were the lactation specialists either.
No, I don't think that was till the end.
That wasn't till
was
the
till
end?
later. Yeah,
Okay.
I think they were the kids' doctors.
Okay, that means, they were the kids' doctors.
Yeah, so that made me feel good too, because I was thinking, okay, at least if I see people that look like me, then they'll advocate for me. So I felt a lot of comfort when I saw them. I was like, okay, whew, somebody black. But everybody was really nice. We didn't have really nothing. I think the most unfriendly person was probably the doctor. Like, and I'm not gonna say he wasn't friendly, but he was more so not like
Oh,
super
doctor?
social.
Oh, that was cool with me.
Okay,
Oh, I think
like he wasn't like everybody
well,
else was.
It's probably because you was pushing and whatnot.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everybody else was super.
Yeah,
like,
because the
cool.
thing is, you probably saw everybody else because everybody else was up top. But if you think about the
Yeah, he
doctor,
was at the bottom.
Yeah, he was at the bottom
Yeah.
because his main thing was to make sure the kids come out safe. So
Yeah, and I wanted
Yeah.
him to focus on that, so that was cool. But
why don't you just move?
yeah, my
shoulder-
foot started
I
cramping.
was saying
up.
my shoulder
But-
I was comfortable.
Yeah, so our babies came out 15 minutes apart. I pushed them out,
Yep.
and one of them ended up going to the
Transition.
transition unit, which is like in between the NICU.
Well, it's before the NICU.
Yeah, before the
So-
NICU, and they decided like if they were gonna keep him in or take him to the NICU or to bring him to us.
Yeah, because the thing was he still had fluid in his lungs, so and they could hear it when he was crying. And the crazy part about that is his cry honestly sounded just like Terry's cry.
brother, yeah.
Yeah, it sounded just like his cry. And what was interesting is Terry came out as the smaller one. Tristan came out as the bigger one. But Tristan is the one that had to go to the transition team
Yeah.
because of the fluid. And then you see all these, they had to put different tubes and everything in him. So you're just trying to make sure he's okay. Because the thing is, he's on one side of the hospital, Destiny, and then the other baby's on the other side of the hospital. So I'm going back and forth because I'm trying to make sure Tristan's okay and he's breathing okay, and just wanted him to feel that, somebody's there for him. Even though, he probably doesn't.
Doesn't know either way.
I say doesn't know either way.
But it was weird too because I had him and then they took him, so it was kind of like
Oh, and that's the thing they don't tell you, because they take, so after you give birth to the babies,
They take 'em.
They let you hold them for a second, but then after that, they take them because
Well, I
like,
don't know if they do that for everybody, but they took our kids.
yeah, well ours they took both of them.
Yeah.
And because
But they didn't bring one back. They took both kids
Yeah.
back, but when they moved me into the other room, the recovery room, they brought one of the babies. They brought
brought
Terry back
Yeah.
with me, Ace, and then Tristan stayed in the transition.
Yeah, because because of the fluid.
Yeah.
So, but and then them trying to give them a bottle at that size.
Yeah, they took forever to drink.
And the bottles are probably about that big.
Yeah.
And they take almost an hour to drink them. It is terrible.
Yeah, and then breastfeeding was a whole experience in itself. That was very stressful.
You're okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much how our twins got here. We just wanted to share that with you guys because we get a lot of questions about like,
we do?
I don't be telling him the questions I be getting,
I
but
was like, I
just
don't.
about like twins in general and like how far apart the kids are in age or I guess minutes and how.
It was like 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're 15 minutes
And
apart.
everybody
and-
says how impressed they are about that part. Because,
Yeah, because it was pretty quick.
yeah, because especially for twins, they're like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
They're
no,
like,
it was.
yeah, because you hear some people they go for hours.
Yeah, no, it was.
I couldn't imagine being out there
surreal.
trying to poop for hours.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's our birth story. We just wanted to share that because a lot of people ask us that, and just want to answer all those questions. All right, so What do you have for us?
What do I have for us? All
Or
right.
do you want to do that another time?
I guess we can do it now if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, hold up a second. So I was looking up tier lists, which people have been doing here lately. So I think it would be better on.
Another time?
Yeah, probably better on another time.
Okay.
But I could think of something else.
Well, no, it's okay. This is good because I knew this was going to be a short live because
Yeah.
people probably watch this later mostly. But, okay, y'all, but we just wanted to share that, our twin birth story. If you guys have questions for us, feel free to submit them in the DMs. The schedule for the marriage lives is going to be in our story, so make sure you guys check that out. And other than that,
Okay, we're not leaving yet though.
oh, well, I was gonna leave.
I know you about to leave. You can't leave yet though. All right, we got 5 questions. Might as well do some type of game if we're not gonna do the other one. All right, we're gonna do it like last time, fast money style.
Okay.
I do have this so I can calculate points. All right, cool. All right. There will be no timer because I don't know how fast these questions will be answered. So we will see.
Why would you ask me something that's difficult?
All right. You'll get 5. You want 5 or 10?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'll
let's
do
go
10, make it interesting.
All right. Let's see if you can get 200 points for your 10 questions. All right. Name a house you would never want to be in.
Outhouse? Or doghouse?
All right. What's your...
Doghouse.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You know you can't do that. Name something associated with vampires.
Teeth.
Teeth. Okay. Name something in a bakery a baker might call his wife.
What?
Name something in a bakery a baker might call his wife.
Skip.
No, you can't skip.
Oh no! What do you mean? Name something in a bakery.
Name
baker?
something in a bakery a baker might call his wife.
What do you mean he'll call his wife?
Like might call his wife.
Sweetie?
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm like, what is going on?
I'm tired. These questions is just. The other questions were straightforward. That one was kind of like.
Name something in a person's closet that only comes out on special occasions.
A dress.
Okay. If you
She
could
said cupcake.
see, that's a good one. If you could go to the land of Oz, what would you ask the wizard for?
$1 million.
All right. Over here. Name something you might see a commercial for during a baseball game.
Beer.
Tell me a word that rhymes with election.
Subjection. Or objection.
When you enter a bathroom, what color do you really not hope to see in the toilet bowl?
Brown.
All right, got 2 more questions left. If your dog ran away, name something you'd be surprised he took with him.
A bone. I'm not a dog person, y'all. I don't really care.
All right. What's something you keep in your car just in case? Now you gotta think of top answers, not you. Top answers.
A charger.
All right.
The phone charger.
Okay.
I don't think I did so well because you.
Whoo! All right, let's go through these.
Let me do you.
All right, we'll do me next. Name something you never want to be in. You said a dog. You said doghouse? Or no, you said doghouse. Yeah, you went back to doghouse. That was 8 points. Name something associated with vampires. You went Teeth. I said fangs.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
for 4 points. Name something in a bakery a baker might call his wife. You said Sweetie. Okay. Honey Bun's the top answer. Oh, I probably should do top answers. Twilight was the vampires one, and Haunted House is a house you never want to be in. Top
Not even
answer.
thinking haunted.
Name something in a person's closet that only comes out on special occasions. A dress. That was good. Suit tux, top answer.
I wasn't thinking about that.
For 26, I probably should say the points too. If you could go to the land of Oz, what would you ask the wizard for? You said $1 million. That is money. Top answer, 37 points. Name something you might see in a commercial for a baseball game. You said beer. That's 4 points. Car, truck was the number one answer.
I wasn't thinking about that.
Tell me a word that rhymes with election. You said subjection. That's 0. Selection was number one answer on that one. That was 0. When you enter a bathroom, what color do you really hope not to see in the toilet?
I said brown.
Brown. That was number one answer. That was really good. If your dog ran away, name something you'd be surprised he took with him. You said
A bone.
You said a bone. Yeah, that was 9. The cat. That was hard. I don't know what I would have said. I would have probably said food. I probably would have said bone, to be honest with you. Name something in your car. What's something you keep in your car just in case? You said the charger.
It's not even on there. All right.
I was trying. All right, started at number 11. And
all right.
I was just
you ready?
Yep. I was just using this to calculate the points. You got 158 though. So
That
we
was
didn't
close.
we didn't get a 200, but we got 158.
All right. Ready?
All right. Yep.
Name an occasion for which you might wear your lucky underwear.
Occasion. I'm trying to say the bedroom. I guess when you have sex, that's the only thing I get. Your lucky underwear? Oh no. Your lucky underwear. Occasion. I see what you're saying now. Your lucky underwear. Let's go casino. Go casino.
Okay. Name something you find in a breakfast buffet.
Eggs.
If there was a store that only sold husbands, most people would try to buy one that what? Or one with what?
Money.
Name a professional sport where the players make a lot of money.
I'm trying to pick between two of them. Let's go basketball. There's two that I hope it's not the other one.
Name something you do if the person sitting next to you on a plane had a BO or had BO.
Move. Yeah, move.
Name Marvel's Avengers.
Captain America. We're going Captain America number 1. Ain't no way. Captain America.
In horror movies, name a place teenagers go where there's always a killer on the loose.
The garage, or like a shed, or like the shed, or something like that.
Name a state that has a lot of sports teams.
Oh my goodness. That should be California. Oh man, it's either California or New York. Let's go California.
Name something snowmen might have nightmares about.
The heat. The sun, the heat.
Name a common candy bar component.
Candy. Is that not what the question's asking?
Name a common candy bar component. Like what's in a candy bar that is important.
Oh, sugar.
You got 225.
Shit, I got 225? Mm-hmm. There we go. All right, what was
All right, so
Let's start at number 11.
what's something you Oh, sorry. Name an occasion for which you might wear your lucky underwear. You said casino is 11.
Okay.
The top one was hot date. I mean.
Oh, see, that's what, and I guess, yeah.
You were going there, but you kind of like stopped yourself.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Name something you find in a breakfast buffet. You did say eggs.
There we go.
Top answer, 25 points. If there was a store that only sold husbands, most people would try to buy one with what? You said money. You said money, and I said that's 10 points for bank account.
Okay.
The top answer was a job.
It was a job? Okay.
Name a professional sport where the players make a lot of money. You said basketball. The top answer was football.
What? Basketball players make more money than football players.
That was a trick question. Name something you do if the person sitting next to you on an airplane had a BO. You said change seats or move.
There we go.
Name Marvel's Avengers. You said Captain America. That's 22 points.
There we go. Top answer. There we go.
In horror movies, name a place teenagers go where there's always a killer on the loose. You said a shed. I gave you 1 point. Top answer was a cabin in the woods.
Oh, you could have gave me 0. Cabin Woods. Yeah, Cabin Woods. That was good. Okay.
Name a state that has a lot of sports
Golly,
teams.
I knew it was.
It was New York. You were right though. You said in between New York and California.
Dang
You went
it.
with California, so but you still did good. Name something snowmen might. Jesus. Name something snowmen might have nightmares about. You said the weather. That was good.
Yeah, that's okay. See, yeah, see, that's the one that saved me.
Yeah, it did. And then name a common candy bar component. You said sugar, but it was looking for like chocolate.
Oh, like chocolate, something like that. Yeah, see, I was trying to understand it. That's what I said.
Some of the questions aren't like really straightforward.
That's what I was like. You said a common candy bar component. I was like, yeah, candy.
Yeah, no, it's really weird. Yeah, you were like sugar. Yeah, that was fun. You did better as predicted. But all right, y'all. So don't forget we are live each and every Thursday. Next week I think our topic is intimacy. I was trying to think of like somebody requested for us to talk about intimacy. I'm not quite sure what we're gonna say about intimacy just yet, but we'll come up with something next Thursday at 7:30. So hope you guys have.
Do we have people on here? Because I was gonna ask a question.
There are people on here, but they're on and off. So I think you should save it for next time.
Okay.
But all right, so we will see y'all 7:30 next Thursday. To stay in the loop with when our lives are, make sure you check out our story because I'll be posting that. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see y'all later.